I'm reppin' MCTC. MCTC. I ain't mean to say that trip, no, never that. I just pick up what I left off, couldn't pick off. No, they getting stepped on. No bricks, no one of that bullshit. I know that I keep full. Know this. I'd be lying if I couldn't edit this shit. Yeah, this the best of the shit. I'm going live, documenting everything. Bullshit, man. Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Abdul-Hafeez. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of The Grind. Yes. I greatly appreciate you tuning in with the kid. So, this week, man, we got to talk about masterminding. I know last week we talked about putting things pen to paper, writing it down, looking at those goals daily, looking at those daily objectives, and then revisiting the monthly goals weekly, right? But we got all these ideas going on. We're doing these tasks, we're chugging along, but how do we get reassurance that our idea is, A1, that it's a golden ticket, you know what I'm saying? It could be a dumb idea and we're investing all this time, money, and energy into something that's not even worthwhile. Like, there's not even really a need for it. More, even worse off, no one's gonna actually buy it, purchase it, or want it, you know what I'm saying? So by having a masterminding group, this can be your spouse, significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, a best friend, a mentor, mentee, anyone that you can have a frequent conversation. It doesn't have to be every day, it doesn't have to be regimented weekly, bi-weekly, but you do want to do it consistently. Check in once a month. You want to make sure that, again, the conversation is frequent and you're talking out those ideas that you got, the goals that you have and how you're moving towards that. It could be they're essentially an accountability partner, but not necessarily, they're not necessarily there to always whip you in shape. They're really someone who you can bounce ideas off of, get feedback, good or bad, but really gauge, how well an idea can be or how successful, something can be. It's essentially a team or person you have where you can think out your thoughts and your roadmap to achieving, whatever you want to achieve. If you're looking to become the number one surgeon, number one doctor, surgeon, right? Essentially, you're gonna have to surround yourself around, I don't want to say other surgeons, but top thinkers, people who think outside the box, who get your creativity juices flowing. So that's really important to have as a mastermind group. And I think in reality, something I know I'm still struggling with is that these are very difficult to manifest, to attract people for your mastermind group, because everyone has their own agenda, everyone has their own ideas and things that they want to bring into fruition. So you have to be laser focused on what exactly it is you're trying to do. And I truly believe that the universe will provide, people who have either similar interests or passions that can add constructive and valuable feedback to your ideas, and that's ultimately going to help you grow. So get a mastermind group. Second thing I want to talk about this week before taking off, you guys, is the importance of our relationships. I shared 2 articles on LinkedIn talking about, how do we get away from transactional relationships and really diving deep into the resources we currently have in front of us. I mean, we got a wealth of people and resources, and we have these really vast networks, right? I always say, your network is your net worth. However, how deep have we really dove into the resources we have? How often are we picking our friends' brains, our mentors, our colleagues? How often are we picking their brains? So my challenge to you is, don't worry so much about continue to expand, right now. Worry more about how we can go in depth with what we currently have. And so that's something I've been trying to work on, is getting away from transactional relationships and really just having more of those relational meetings with people I already currently have in my network. And not just coming in with a specific ask, maybe just reconnecting for coffee, scheduling in breakfast with family, scheduling and tea time with some other people in your network. Like really just getting to know people beyond the surface level, and taking the relationship to the next level, because we can't do it by ourselves. We cannot do it by ourselves. You know, self-made millionaire, self-made whatever, this, that, and the third. Yeah, that shit's cool, but you know, you can only go so far. I promise you, there's a ceiling, there's a threshold of what you can do by yourself. If you really want to go through that and really go to the height of your potential, and be your self-fulfilled, self-actualized self, you're going to need other people to nurture you. You're going to need other people to assist you on this journey. You're going to need other people's feedback and criticisms. So it's critical that we continue to develop our relationships with others and build off of that. That's all it is for this week, man. I don't wanna go too deep, man. You know how I am. I'm not a preacher. I'm really just recapping shit that I'm doing right now. Trying to highlight and document the process as best as I can for you guys, and then kind of summarize everything I've done throughout the week. Reading is going well. Projects are going well. Got a little bit behind on working out and other commitments that I had in my monthly goals. As you guys can see in the daily IG and Snap video feeds, I hit a freaking roadblock on Wednesday, man. I was out of it, but I reevaluated my goals now based on, you know, how much energy I actually have after working, you know, 9 to 5, and then still trying to bust my ass for another 5-6 hours on the passion work. So now my new commitment is working out 3 times a week. I'm committed to now 3 times a week. I was going daily. I was doing 2 a days at one time. Now I'm only going to go 3 times a week, but I'm going to make damn sure I'm going to hit those 3 workouts a week. And then I'm also going to do some other things in there to supplement that, going on more nightly walks, doing push-ups, what have you. But you got to reevaluate. You got to stay nimble. You got to stay nimble and flexible, so that you can actually get things of high value done, right? We talked about that before. Doing that 80-20, doing the 20% of things that have the most value, and it's going to push you closer to your dreams and aspirations. So I talked about building on relationships that you currently have. You know, don't go vast. Now start to dig deep and go into depth. And then also talked about building a mastermind group and manifesting or attracting a mastermind group within that small circle that you already have, so that you can bounce ideas off of those people, and make sure that not your aspirations, but that your ideas are valuable and actually going to be impactful. Next week, we're going to actually do something different. We're going to do a cooking exercise. We're kind of walk you through a little bit of meal prep. Why do I eat beans and rice, you know, Monday through Friday, and how do we stay frugal, and how do we ensure that we're eating healthy, and working towards longevity on the grind, man. That's it, man. Until next time, y'all, stay hungry. Let's get after it. Be smooth.